Freedom's Village is a story that takes place during the Civil Rights movement in Fayette County. It sheds light on the time when hundreds of Black Americans were getting evicted from their homes for registering to vote, and illustrates the white landowners' exploitation of sharecroppers at the time. But what exactly is sharecropping? Sharecropping is a legal arrangement in which a landowner rents land and resources to a farmer tenant and receives a portion of the crops produced on that land as payment. It existed in various parts of Europe, Africa, and Asia, but became especially widespread in the American South after the Civil War. Sharecroppers usually paid landowners with half to two-thirds of the crops produced. In addition, a share was sometimes given to local merchants, who provided food, tools, and other resources to the tenants. While this system may seem mutually beneficial, it was often used to exploit formerly enslaved Black Americans. In fact, sharecropping became so widespread because white plantation owners had large amounts of land with no workers, and newly freed Black farmers had very limited skill sets and options for work. Sharecropping creates an imbalanced power dynamic between landowner and tenant, not only due to the historical context, but because it is remarkably easy to take advantage of farmers trapped in this system. For example, landowners often artificially inflated prices and charged high interest rates. If the prices were disputed, they'd threaten eviction, which left farmers powerless, especially if they had families to provide for. In addition, farmers with unpredictable or irregular harvests were at a significant disadvantage and were often kept indebted. So although they have been freed, Black sharecroppers were kept tied to the land they worked on and remained under the power and influence of the white landowners, which is precisely why sharecropping in the American South has been largely considered simply another form of slavery. Sharecropping remained widespread in the South for many decades after the Reconstruction era, but significantly dropped off in the 1930s due to the Great Depression, the mechanization of farm work, and an increase in unions protesting the mistreatment of sharecroppers. However, they had not entirely disappeared. In 1960, white landowners evicted 257 Black sharecroppers from their land for registering to vote. For 2 years, these evicted tenants and their families camped in Tent City, aka Freedom's Village.